Hiya, Stephen from Alcohol-Free-Lifestyle. If you're a heavy drinker, alcoholic, whatever stage you are, and you're drinking on your drinking path, this is a very good question somebody's just submitted to me. And I've gone through similar. And the question was, why did people, maybe they're off for 10, 15, 20 years even, and they're sober, got a sober lifestyle, got a bit more money, they're looking good, feeling good, why do they suddenly go back to square one? What goes wrong? Well, my problem was, when I felt well, I thought I could handle it again. I think we're always chasing this notion of why can't I be a normal drinker? I think in the early stages, you feel a bit sorry for yourself in a way and think, I wish I was like Dave. He goes out a couple of times a week and he's fine. But you're not like that. Everyone's different. We're all individuals, We're not made of the same stuff. I had mates in the mess who used to drink moderately, still drink moderately. Others who drank too much. Some who aren't here anymore. Friends locally, exactly the same. And I was always looking for that. Why can't I've tried so many times to have one or two. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't stop at one or two. It's just in me, it's as simple as that, really. And you keep thinking there's a benefit to it. There must be benefit to drinking. I'm a bit bored. Or I can't relax without a drink. But you can. And you've got to realise that every time you pick up that drink, you're harming yourself. Even though you might feel good the first couple of drinks, a bit of a buzz in the pub. If you go in a pub now sober and you think, God, what a load of carry on there is. You can't get served. It takes ages to get served. The beer's not as good as it should be, really, sometimes. And, there's people pushing and shoving. There's all sorts of characters you would never normally speak to that you feel forced to speak to. You don't enjoy it that much, really, do you? It's a fantasy versus reality thing again. The warm, cosy pub with a log fire, have 2 or 3 drinks and go home, have a nice meal. That does nothing. You'll have 10 pints to go home to a lonely flat with no heating, which I did in the end. So it's this notion of, why can't I be a normal drinker, isn't it? And that's why people go back and they try. And after 10 years off, it was 8 years for me, I thought, I've definitely got control of this. I'm fine, everything's going to be working well again. Liver will be all pink and brand new, but it wasn't. And it's the kindling effect of going backwards and forth on this withdrawals get worse, and you stop start, 6 months off, 6 months on, 5 months, whatever it is. You've got to basically, if you want to live longer, and you don't want to pass away too young, and you don't want to be disabled, because it doesn't kill people instantly. This, it makes you feel ill. It can cause all sorts of cancers and heart attacks, strokes. The list is endless, to be honest with you. And if you want to live and live a good life, live a good quality of life, then you have to stop. It's as simple as that. You can't just rationalise in your head, I might be able to have one or two. You can't. That's it. It's like wanting to be 6'3" and only 5'7". It's impossible. It's one of these things where your memory takes you back to the good times. It'll never take you back to the bad times, not generally, unless you really think about it. If you think about all the bad times, the bad hangovers, the feeling anxious, the sweats, and stuff. Well, I used to think about going on the underground, how ill I was, and then I'd have a few drinks, I felt all right. I used to think, I was nervous flying, have a few drinks, and I'm all right. But that eventually wears off, and you're trying to drink just to feel normal in the end. So basically, people do relapse because they think they've got control and they want to be social drinkers again. Even social drinking can wear you out a bit, because you have a couple of days off it and just see how well you perform at work, how much more relaxed you are when you go to bed, and when you wake up fresh. It's amazing. You'll enjoy your morning coffee, you'll enjoy your toast, you'll enjoy your life again, the small things, bit of sunshine. And when you're drinking, you don't really enjoy it. I didn't. I was in constant withdrawal for many years. A lot of people are, and that's just social to moderate drinking. 2 or 3 pints even slows you down a bit. None of it does you any good, and yet it's so available, isn't it? But what you've got to think of, when you get sober for a couple of days, a couple of weeks, a couple of months, and you will feel like you're drinking. A lot of people will relapse. Most people do. People relapse even when they've had a liver transplant, because they think everything's going to be okay again, or when they've had lots of procedures, or when they've been in hospital. I've got a friend who's got pancreatitis. He's been in ICU twice, and he drinks. And he's on 17 tablets a day. That's crazy, isn't it? the power of addiction or the power of craving or whatever you want to call it. But you've got to get a little bit of common sense in your head. And this is where it all stems from. It's in our head we think about the benefits, and there aren't any. Oh, it'd be good to go and see, the people in the boozer and they're all having a good time. They're not all having a good time. There's a lot of people in that pub for different reasons. They're all there celebrating they won £1 million. A lot of people drink because they feel low as well. You've got to rationalise in your head and just think, why do I want to drink? I guarantee that most of it will be because I want to be normal again. I want to have a little bit of a buzz and then go home and watch a bit of TV and relax and have a good sleep. That doesn't happen. Not if you're a problem drinker. You can't go from problem drinker to being social drinker again. A lot of us who are on here who've got alcohol addiction issues were never really social drinkers. The guys I speak to, a lot of my friends up in the northeast now, they were heavy drinkers when they were younger, 15, 16-year-old. I remember I used to know a lot who played a lot of rugby and played a lot of sports together and all that, motorbikes. Didn't drink on the motorbikes, obviously, but the social life was still heavy drinking even when I was in my late teens, really. And when I joined the police, it was, more again, because it was older guys there, seasoned drinkers, I would call them, and you quite easily slip into it. So you've got to just think in your head, there's no benefit to this. It's going to do me no good. And remember that last weekend, you felt great. And this weekend, you're not going to feel great if you have one or two drinks. Don't get me wrong, it's great to have one or two. I remember being off for about a year once, and I had a few bottles of Stella in the cupboard. And I was going to go on a date, I think. And I felt I was really fit, 45, a long time ago now. And I got a couple of bottles and I thought, shall I have them or not? Go on, just one, it'll be fine. And I popped the top of it. I didn't used to drink, well, I used to like the can. I didn't like the cans, but I used to have them in stock. When I got the end, I had loads of stock. Anyway, I got the top of this bottle and I drank it. I've never felt anything like it because I've been off for a while. When I was younger, it was like being injected with a drug. Well, it is a drug, isn't it? But it hit my brain so quickly. I've never been a spirit drinker or anything. Just this beer, the taste of it, and I felt euphoric after 2 or 3 of those, But then again, I was back on it again, wasn't it? Within 2 or 3 months, I was drinking 24 hours a day. Most of the day, I was back and I felt lethargic. I looked terrible. I put weight on. I didn't feel good about myself. I neglected my family, my friends at the time, and even my daughter, who lived in Manchester. I couldn't go down and see her because I didn't feel well on the train. I didn't feel well enough to go out. I felt anxiety coming on again. As soon as you stop drinking, as soon as I stop drinking, my anxiety dissipates and you feel confident again. It knocked my confidence all to hell. So this feeling of, I want to be a social drinker anymore, woe is me, I can't do that. No, you can't. Just live with it. You've got to learn to live with it. But once you get your head around it and you can live with it, you'll find that the other side is much better. Instead of falling in love with drinking, you'll fall in love with sobriety. Somebody offered me millions of pounds to have one drink, I wouldn't. Because I wouldn't want to go back to where I was. Because it completely shattered my life. It shattered my brain, my body, the whole lot collapsed with it. Look how many people are dying. I've just watched a program last night about the number of younger people, I'm talking here 34-year-olds, who are diagnosed with cancer is on the increase, massively on the increase. And with younger people, they tend to diagnose at a later stage. It's quite aggressive. A lot of that, in my view, and in some of these scientists' view, is down to lifestyle. And it includes drink, and it includes food, and it includes smoking, and it includes lots of things. And the way we live and the stresses we live under and all that sort of thing. So you've got to think about that if you're a bit younger. And obviously if you're older, you've got more chance of getting it anyway, haven't you? You need to look after your body. You need to look after your mind. You need to look after yourself first, and then you can look after other people. Okay? I do some one-to-one mentoring. If you need any assistance, then give me a shout. I've got an ebook out as well. And I think there's over 11,000 subscribers now. Reach out to anybody you like, because we're all here for a reason, for a common purpose, and that's to get well and keep well and support each other. If you've got any questions, drop me a line and stay sober this weekend.